How you doing, guys? Thanks for joining me for another Pokemon VGC video today, where I climb the online rankings and try to become a better competitive battler as I go along. So, okay, we're using the same team as we were using yesterday. We're using the same team all week. No changes from yesterday. Still running the U-turn onto the Landorus and the Protect on the Suicune. It actually has been working out. I did a few battles today just as prep for this video, and I had two people disconnect from me. I don't know whether or not it was a connection error on their part or they just rage quit it, but we've been picking up some points here, so I think we may be in the 1600s. 1600s? What? What? Come on, it didn't even give me a win. That's kind of weird. So I literally had just got done playing a match, and 1549 from Japan. Okay, I just literally got done playing a match, and there was a connection error on the other player's part. I'm literally next to my router, so it's not my fault. But we were going to continue this conversation in just 1 second. We have a dusk skull thingy, a Conkeldurr. We have a Mawile. Okay, so we have a Trick Room team right here. Definitely Trick Room team right here. Okay, Slowbro. We have Goodra. And we have... why can't I think of its name? I don't know, Water Flying type. I just like... It's the most obvious thing, but I can't think of its name. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I need to start picking my team right here because I always find a way to go down to the last second. Alright, so... this is definitely a Trick Room team. So, who do I think he is actually going to lead with? Potentially his Duskull or his Slowbro. So... Alright, so... Who's he going to go with? Who's he going to go with? A lot of special attackers on his team. Well, no. Well, half special, half physical. Okay, so... Huh. If I bring my Moongus could potentially benefit from the Trick Room. Okay. Alright. So, who do I want to bring? I'm gonna want to bring my Altaria, but I'm gonna leave it in the back because that Mawile could just completely tear it apart. Leave my Landorus. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm bringing my Amoonguss up there to see if I could potentially put a few of his Pokemon to sleep, hopefully a Mawile. I'm going to bring my Altaria in the back, just ever in case he leads with his Mawile. I'm going to lead with my Landorus as well so I can get the Intimidate off on his Mawile if he does lead with the Mawile. And I'm going to bring my Heatran in the back. If he wants to Will-O-Wisp my Landorus, go right ahead. I'm going to switch into my Heatran. Alright, so he's going to lead with his Duskull thingy, and he has the red Gyarados! That's what it's called! Gyarados. What is wrong with me? So he has the Gyarados, he has the Duskull thingy. Okay, so he's going to get an Intimidate on both my Pokemon. I'm going to get an Intimidate off on both of his Pokemon. It's not going to mean anything to the Duskull thingy. Are you a Mega? Are you a Mega Gyarados? Are you a Mega Gyarados, or are you a taunting, thunder waving Gyarados in the bulky set? I think you are the bulky set. And you're going to taunt my Amoonguss. That's what you're going to do. Okay. This is what I'm going to do here. If he wants to Thunder Wave, go right ahead. If he wants to taunt, go right ahead. Are you going to... Alright, so... First off, what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go for the Rage Powder, okay? So, I'm going to go for the Rage Powder. Oh, I don't have knockoff anymore. Are you serious? Alright, so, I'm going to go for the... I'm going to withdraw, okay. So, he's going to withdraw. I'm going to go for the Rage Powder. That's a good play on his part. And he's going to get another Intimidate off. Oh, my God! I could have went for clean Earthquake. This isn't looking good. This is looking terrifying, actually, because he's going to get a Trick Room off, and this Rock Slide's going to do nothing, and he's going to avoid it with his Mawile, so... Can I get the flinch? No, I'm not going to get the flinch. Of course I'm not going to get the flinch. Why would I get the flinch? Oh, okay. Alright. I'm a double I'm a double intimidated Landorus locked into Rock Slide, so that is a very, very crappy position to be in right now. So he is just gonna get a. Oh man. Okay. This is terrifying. I'm really scared right now because even if I switch into my Heatran, hopefully he goes for the will. He's gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp into my Amoonguss. So, okay. So no, I want to protect, and then I'm gonna go into my Heatran. Hopefully this works out in my favor. Hopefully this Heatran can take an Iron Head or a Play Rough. Even if he does take an Iron Head or Play Rough, it's going to do half damage to my Heatran because my Heatran is not defensive whatsoever. He's going to Mega Evolve, get his huge power. He's going to hit my Heatran. I would love it. I would love it if he hit my Amoonguss. If he hit my Amoonguss, go right ahead. I have Rocky Helmet. Nightshade. Okay, so he's going to Nightshade my Amoonguss, which is actually Fire Fang. I just got a free switch in. Okay. So we went for the Nightshade. He went for the Fire Fang. Do I want to play around that? So he went for the Fire Fang. I went for the Nightshade. Okay, so I would have went for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm so afraid of this thing Will-O-Wisping my potential lander switch in. Okay, I'm actually gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay in with my Amoonguss. If he wants to attack it, go right ahead. Because I'm gonna put your Mawile to sleep. And I'm gonna get the sub up. Okay, I mean, yeah, I can understand that. Go for the Heat Wave. So I'm gonna get the sub up. It's fine. You can intimidate both of my Pokemon. Alright, so I'm gonna get the sub up. I'm gonna protect next turn because he's definitely gonna target down my. Yeah, he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, so it's a good thing I didn't switch into my Landorus right there. He probably was predicting me to switch into my Landorus, so it's even better because I'm going to get the Spore off onto this, and then the Gyarados, and I'm going to get my sub up for free. Alright, so this Duskull thingy really isn't going to be causing any problems for my team other than setting up the Trick Room and using that Mawile. Mawile is going to be a pain in the ass, so this is going to get some residual damage on my Amoonguss, which is fine. Okay. I'm gonna have to take out this Gyarados. This Gyarados is going to be huge problem for my team. Gotta get some damage off in this Gyarados. The Giga Drain's not gonna do anything now. So, and he could potentially Will-O-Wisp the slot. I want to see how much a Giga Drain's gonna do. He's probably gonna go for a Nightshade. And I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave. See how much the Heat Wave's gonna do. Heat Wave's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna go for the Nightshade. Alright, so the Nightshade's gonna go off. Not gonna do much. I have so much HP. Wow! That did a lot. Come on, let's see how much Heat Wave can do. Oh man, I kinda wish I had Life Orb on my Heatran now instead of my. Oh man. Wish I had Life Orb on my Heatran now instead of lefties, and lefties on my Aegislash. I haven't even been using my Aegislash recently. I may actually switch it out for another Pokemon. But we're just gonna continue with the same team all week to see how well it does. Okay, so he's gonna try to wake up. He's gonna try to wake up with his Gyarados. Hopefully he stays asleep for one more turn. And but if he wakes up, he's definitely gonna go for the Waterfall, and I really gotta knock out that Gyarados because it's gonna cause problems for my Heatran. So I'm gonna go for another Giga Drain, and I'm gonna go for a Heat Wave. So let's see how this turn wants to play itself out. He's gonna keep going for. He's gonna go for the Nightshade on my Heatran. Okay. The substitute faded. All right, so that was a good play. Hopefully he doesn't wake up with his Gyarados. Can I get a crit? That did a lot of damage. Those aren't even crits. And I'm going to get the Heat Wave off. He's going to live. He's going to live with like 1 HP. He's going to live with like 1 HP. Oh my god, he has probably like 10 left. He's going to wake up! He's going to Dragon Dance! Okay, is that good? Is Dragon Dancing good? I think Dragon Dancing is good. Because I could just Rage Powder. I definitely could just Rage Powder. The dimensions went back to normal. Okay, so he's gonna go for a waterfall. He has to go for a waterfall right now. He's gonna go for a waterfall. I'm gonna Rage Powder. He's gonna Rage Powder into. He's gonna. I'm gonna go for the. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for the Rage Powder. He's gonna get knocked out by my Rocky Helmet, and he's probably gonna go for another. Will Heat Wave knock it out though? Will Heat Wave knock it out? Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go for the Rage Powder. Go for another sub. Hopefully he goes for the waterfall. Hopefully he goes for the waterfall here. Oh, he goes for the earthquake! Oh my god, why didn't I not see that coming? And he's gonna go for the Trick Room. Kind of counterintuitive on his part with the Gyarados, but the Gyarados did his job. Why? Why? And my Amoonguss is in. I'm gonna go into my Altaria. Okay, I'm gonna since the Trick Room is up, I'm gonna outspeed his Gyarados with my Altaria. I'm gonna get the Hyper Voice off. He's gonna Nightshade my Amoonguss. He could predict the switch out into my Landorus though. Risky plays, everyone. Risky plays. So I'm gonna get the Regenerator off. I'm gonna go out to my Landorus. I'm gonna Mega Evolve, and I'm gonna go for the Hyper Voice. That's kind of the only play that I have here because I really want to preserve my Amoonguss because that Rocky Helmet can come in clutch. It can. And I'm gonna get the Intimidate off. It's not gonna matter because I'm gonna get the attack off before this Gyarados can attack me. Oh man, let's see how we gotta see how this plays out. This is like my heart's pounding right now. These battles are getting crazy and crazy when you climb the rankings. Okay, so he's gonna go for the Nightshade, most likely onto my Landorus. Okay, that's completely fine. And I'm gonna go for the Hyper Voice. So I'm gonna pick up the knockout on both of his Pokemon, but this is far from over because the Trick Room's up right now. And was that 2 turns of Trick Room? I think that was 1 turn of Trick Room. Should be counting these. I should be counting these. I say this to myself every single time. I should be counting the turns of Trick Room and Tailwinds, and I never do. Okay, so he's not going to get the Intimidate off, which is great. This is exactly what I need. I'm gonna go for the Mach Punch, or no? There's no reason because you're slow. You're gonna go for the Ice Punch into my Landorus. Huh. Do you go for the Iron Head into my Altaria? He's gonna go for the Iron Head on my Altaria. He's gonna go for the Ice Punch into my Landorus. So I'm gonna actually switch out my Landorus, go into my Amoonguss. It should not KO. Ice Punch should not KO my Amoonguss, or at least I would hope so. Hope it wouldn't. And I should get some Rocky Helmet damage off. And I'm gonna kind of, well, I'm gonna try to stall out this Trick Room as best as I can because he's just gonna Iron Head my Altaria, and it's gonna be an Oko. There's no way I'm surviving. There's no way I'm surviving a Stab Huge Power Iron Head when it's one of my primary weaknesses as a Fairy type. Oh man, let's see how this is gonna. What? He went for the. What? Went for the Iron. I mean, the Hammer Arm? Okay, I guess it makes sense because this is a Trick Room team and it would make him slower. I guess he doesn't have Ace Punch. He doesn't have Ice Punch. Alright, so I want to go into my Landorus now, knowing that he doesn't have Ice Punch, so I can get the Intimidate off and possibly switch it out again so I can get another Intimidate off. I think if I switch into Landorus, I can maybe survive. Maybe I can survive. Do I go for the Hyper Voice though? Hyper Voice could knock out. This is an Assault Vest at Conk, so it could knock out the Conk. Oh man, what do I do? I'm not even gonna risk the accuracy. I'm gonna go for the Hyper Voice. Hopefully knock out the Conk. Get the Intimidate off on both of his Pokemon. Oh man, this is really coming down to it. This Trick Room team. Trick Room teams are terrifying. I really have to consider a Taunter. Okay, alright. He's gonna go for the Hammer Arm, probably onto my Landorus. It's not gonna KO. Does make him slower though. He's gonna go for the Iron Head. Please survive. Please survive. Oh my god, I survive! I survive! Get the Oko! The Oko! And he dies from the burn! Okay, okay. Okay. What do I want to go for here? He's going to outspeed my Landorus. I need my Landorus to Earthquake. I need my Landorus to Earthquake. I'm going to throw my Mungus in here. I'm going to Protect. I have to go for the safe Protect play. Even if he does go... He's not going to go for the Iron Head into my Altaria. I know that, but I still have to play it safe in case he does. So I'm going to go into my Mungus. Whatever he throws at me is not going to KO. It's going to get the Rocky Helmet off, and I could potentially switch into my Landorus. Okay, so he read that very nicely. It's still not going to KO. And I'm going to get the Rocky Helmet damage off. And the Tailwind, I mean not the Tailwind, the Trick Room should end this turn. Oh man. Whew. Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh man. Now, I really would love to go for the Fire Blast right here, but I hate risking. I'm going to Rage Powder and go for the Fire Blast. I'm going to Rage Powder and go for the Fire Blast. Please Fire Blast connect. Please Fire Blast connect. Because if it doesn't connect, I could just switch into my Landorus. He went for the Sucker Punch on my Amoonguss? Because if he went for the Sucker Punch on my Altaria, it would have... Oh, that's weird. Alright, oh man. Should have just went for the Spore. That's what I should have went for. I'm gonna go for the Spore. Do you go for the Fire Fang or do you go for the Iron Head? He's probably thinking I'm just gonna Protect again. I don't want to Protect again in case my Mungus does get knocked out. And then I could just switch in, get the Intimidate off my Landorus, and then just go for the Earthquake. Fire Blast is gonna miss again! Goes for the KO on my Amoonguss. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going for the Hyper Voice this next turn. This is getting ridiculous. I've been having some crappy RNG luck, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Alright, I'm going to get another Intimidate off. This is way too long. This battle is way too long. It should have just ended like 2 minutes ago with one Fire Blast. Alright, so I'm going to go for the Earthquake. I'm going to go for the Protect. The Protect is obvious, but I'm going to outspeed with my Choice Scarf, and I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Unless he has Protect, but I'm going to go for another Earthquake, so... Sucker Punch fails. I don't know if the Sucker Punch would have KO'd my Landorus. I don't know why he didn't target down my Landorus. Well, that's going to be it. That's really... That's like the difficult thing to do when you're using like Bisharp and you're using Mawile with the Sucker Punch and Kangaskhan, because you just have to know like what Pokemon to target. Obviously, if it has a double targeting move like Hyper Voice, you should just always Sucker Punch that Pokemon because it hits both of the Pokemon. So obviously, you know, you get a free Sucker Punch off on that. So it's kind of weird that he didn't go for a Sucker Punch onto my Landorus, because obviously I was going to Earthquake his Mawile, so he could have potentially picked up the KO onto my Landorus and caused some weird problems for me. But I could have went for the Hyper Voice and just knocked him out. But that was a lot lot longer than I wanted it to be, but fortunately enough, we're going to pick up the win, and we're going to be doing one more battle today, and hopefully this next battle will be another win. So we are rated now at 16-22 with 16 wins and 7 losses. So hopefully we can pick up one more win and eventually climb our way up into the 1700. So we have a 1661 player from Japan, Tokyo, Japan. Okay, so who you're going to have? You're going to have, alright, so we have Mance, Salamance, we have Aegislash, we have Sylveon, we have Talonflame, we have Thundurus, pretty standard team, and we have a Breloom. Okay. Alright, so Sylveon is always tough to deal with. I have a Heat Train on my team for the Sylveon. But his Breloom could cause some problems for my Heatran, and his Salamence could cause some problems for my Heatran if it has Earthquake. If it just has Return. Well, if it still has Return, it still could pick up. It could still, like, do half damage. Alright, so what do I want to do? What do I want to do here? Who are you going to lead with? That is the question of the day. I think you're going to lead straight up with your Thundurus, because you think I'm going to lead with my Amoonguss. So you could just go straight for the Thundurus and Talonflame play with Sylveon and Mance in the back. So, alright. So if you want to do that, you want to lead with the Talonflame. I'm just going to straight up leave my Landorus, go with my Heatran. The Suicune. The Suicune fare well in this. Suicune can actually... Suicune can Ice Beam. Ice Beam... Suicune fares very, very well against his entire team. My Altaria is weak to a lot of his Pokemon, so I'm not even going to bring my Altaria. I'm just going to bring my Suicune and throw my Suicune in the back. Alright, so let's see how this match wants to play itself out. Hopefully we get another win. Hopefully we really do get another win. We've been getting a lot better at these VGC sets. Been learning a lot this past week, and hopefully we could just keep doing it every, week by week, just becoming a better player, getting higher rankings. So he's going to lead with Breloom, he's going to lead with Talonflame. I kind of expected something like that. I knew the Talonflame was going to lead, so I'm going to get my Intimidate off on the Talonflame. Alright. Alright, so... My Rage Powder isn't even going to affect his Breloom. That's the one thing that's really good about Breloom, because he could get a Spore off onto Pokemon, and I can't even Rage Powder to resurrect it, because Rage Powder doesn't affect Grass-type Pokemons anymore. Alright, so, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? He's going to go for the Spore on my Landorus slot. Who do I have in the back? I wish I had Lumberry. Okay. Who could you switch in that Talonflame in for? Or you could just protect with the Talonflame. Okay, so... this Talonflame, unless it protects, is not surviving a Rock Slide. Okay, so hopefully this Rock Slide, he's going to withdraw. Who's he going to throw in there? Whoever he's throwing in there is going to get spored. So we're kind of going to trade spores. So he's going to throw in a Sylveon right there. So it's a good play. It's a good play on his part. Sylveon being more specially defensive, he took it very, very well. Okay, damn. Obviously going for the spore. I knew that was going to come. I couldn't do anything. I didn't really want to switch in any of my Pokemon. So, going to get the Spore off on the Sylveon. So we're going to trade Spores. Oh, man. Spore is so annoying. That's why I use it. It's so overpowering. It's so overpowering. Okay, so... what do you want to do with your Breloom? You're probably going to switch out your Breloom. Breloom can't really do anything to either one of my Pokemon. Probably Mach Punch, Spore, potentially Protect or Rock Tomb, and Bullet Seed. God damn you, Breloom. God damn you, Breloom. So he has the Breloom. He has the Talonflame. He has the Sylveon. Who does he have in the back? Oh, man. I think he's going to switch out his Breloom. I think he's going to do that, so I'm going to just go for a risky play. I'm going to go for the very, very, very risky play of going to a Spore onto the Breloom. Please switch out Breloom. Please switch out Breloom. I'm going to switch out Lando first, obviously because I'm faster. Please switch out Breloom. Please do it. Oh, he's going to switch out the Sylveon. He's not going to switch out the Breloom. What's going down here? What's going down here? Oh. Alright, so not faring too well in this battle. We're not faring too well in this battle at all. I don't really have any ways around. Every single... It seems like every single... Yeah, it's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect you. He's just going to go for the aerial late assisted return right onto my Amoonguss. That's what he's going to do. I do believe him faster. I do believe him faster than this Breloom, so I could potentially go for a substitute so I can, so he doesn't. Or he could go for a Mach Punch. Mach Punch isn't going to KO though. But will it put me into range where I can't even substitute? I don't know. But he's definitely going for a return on my Amoonguss. This sucks. Okay. Okay, so Lando is pointless at this point, so I'm going to kind of put him in there to intimidate both of his Pokemon. Hopefully I can survive whatever he's going to throw at me, and I'm going to go for the substitute. Let's see how this turn plays itself out. Because I'm not playing well at all in this match at all. Alright, so I'm going to get my Intimidate off. It's going to actually help me out a lot because most of these are physical attackers. I would only imagine that this is a physical attacking Salamence, unless it is a special attacking Hyper Voicing Salamence, which would be kind of interesting to see. But it wouldn't have done anything to my Amoonguss or my Heatran, so I can't see that really happening. So he's going to go for the Mach Punch. Alright, so I'm going to get my sub up. I'm going to get my sub up. Going over a Double Edge. Okay, so this is going to KO. I don't think the crit mattered right there. That was definitely going to KO. So he's going to do a lot of damage to himself. Probably Roost. Probably Roost. Roost, Double Edge, Protect, and Dragon Dance maybe? I could definitely see that happening. But that's a good set. That would be a really good set. I gotta do that someday. Because you could just basically... You could just recover the Double Edges. Maybe you don't even need Dragon Dance. Okay, so I gotta pull something out of my ass right here. I'm gonna put the Suicune in there. This kid's just gonna Spore my Suicune. This Breloom's causing a lot of problems. I'm gonna put my Suicune in there. I'm gonna protect with my Suicune. He is most likely going to Spore my Suicune, or you could just try to get rid of my sub. So this is what's going down here. Okay, he could potentially try to get rid of my sub. He could get rid of my sub with his Salamence, or it could Dragon Dance. Salamence is so dangerous. So he has the Mance. He does have the Mance. Does he want to switch in the Talonflame? I don't think he does. He could want to switch in the Talonflame in the Breloom spot. He could want to do that. I'm gonna go for a Tailwind. I'm gonna go for a Tailwind because I think he's gonna switch out the Breloom. If he doesn't switch out the, but he can go for the double attack. I'm gonna protect because I think he's gonna go for the double attack on a Heatran because the Heatran actually does wall his Talonflame and could get rid of his Breloom fairly easily. So let's see how this turn plays itself out. Oh, he's gonna go for the Dragon Dance. I knew he was gonna go for the Dragon Dance. Can he be faster than my Tailwind team though? I think he will be. Okay, so. Let's go for the Spore. Okay, so I'm definitely over-predicting. I'm definitely screwing this one up. Oh man, so definitely screwing this one up. Not even gonna get the Tailwind up, and he's just gonna double target my Heatran. This is gonna be a loss. This is gonna be a loss. I can't do anything here, so I'm going to have Mach Punch, Double Edge. That's what we're going to see here. That Double Edge is definitely going to KO my Heatran. Draco Meteor. Okay. Will this KO? I don't think it will. I live with 3, and it was a crit. Wow. Wow. Can I get the KO on this Breloom? I should. I should easily. Okay. Okay, we're still in this. We are surprisingly still in this. And I wake up, and I get the Ice Beam off! What? Oh my god! Okay, so he has the this is definitely far from over, but wow, this is definitely far from over. Okay, so he has the Talonflame, he has the Sylveon, got rid of the Mance, and we got rid of the Breloom. 2 of the biggest threats on his team, by far. And his Sylveon is asleep. Do you go for the Tailwind? Is that what you do? Oh man, I wish I had Flash Cannon. Wish I had Flash Cannon. Oh my god, the Sylveon actually could just sweep my entire team because I have all special attackers and I don't even have the Flash Cannon. What do I do? I'm just staring at the screen because I'm in awe right now. I'm really just in awe. Does the Talonflame protect or go for Tailwind? Making just safe plays right here. He could go just for the straight up Braid Bird. The protect is kind of obvious, but I'm going to do it anyway because hopefully I can get some lefties. That crit though with the Draco Meteor. It was weird why he didn't go for the double edge. He's going to go for the Brave Bird. It's not going to do... it may do like half damage, especially if this is a Life Orb variant. A little bit above. I'm going to pick the KO though up on this Talonflame because he's just going to have the Sylveon left. Okay, so... Okay, I feel a bit more relieved now. I feel way more relieved. So, I don't know whether or not that Talonflame has Protect. I would have protected right there, or potentially went for... I don't know, the Tailwind wouldn't have really helped. Because I still would have KO'd it, and the Sylveon can't really benefit from the Tailwind anyway. And the Sylveon is just unfortunately going to stay asleep for another turn, but it's good for me. So I'm outspeeding this Sylveon with both of my Pokemon, so it's good that I didn't even go for the Tailwind because I didn't need it. I did not need the Tailwind. So he's going to Hyper Voice. He's definitely going to Hyper Voice away, especially if this is a Choice Specs variant. There's no other move that he really wants to do at this point. So he's probably going to knock out my Heatran. But do I want to go for the Earth Power? Do I want to go for the Heat Wave? I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for the Earth Power because Heat Wave's power actually does cut itself because it hits both of the Pokemon. So I'm going to go for the Earth Power, just get some chip damage off, and I'm going to get the Scald off right there. He's going to wake up, he's going to go for the Hyper Voice, and he's going to knock out my Heatran. He's not going to knock out my Heatran. Are you Choice Specs? Because if you were Choice Specs, max special attack, that should have knocked out my Heatran. I'm not complaining. I really, because I have no special defense investment whatsoever in my Heatran. So Pixelate, boost it, Hyper Voice, and Choice Specs should have definitely knocked out my Heatran right there. So I don't think you're Choice Specs, but he has no other choice for going for the Hyper Voice right here. But he's most likely either going to disconnect, quit. I'm just going to go for... Do I want to go for the Earth Power or I want to go for the Protect? I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to go for the Protect because if I... Yeah, his match is going to be forfeited. Alright, so we picked up 2 wins in this video today, which is good. That's kind of what I was shooting for right there. So we are well on our way to 1700, and thank you, Base God. I picked up 2 more wins. Okay, which is really good because I really want to get into the 1700s before our rankings reset, just so I could play higher ranked teams to see what they offer. Because once the rankings reset, I think it's going to be May 11th. It's going to be, as of that day, Season 10. So when the rankings reset, I'm going to be playing basically against a clean slate player. So I can play against freaking, like, the greatest players in the world because they're going to be the same rank as me. So I want to kind of mentally prepare myself for that to see what sets they could be running. So that's it for today's episode. You could definitely look forward to another episode tomorrow on Friday and some more Mario Kart 8 on Friday, so probably just be doing one battle tomorrow, and with some Mario Kart 8. And you're going to be seeing a very, very good episode because I already pre-recorded it, and it's a very, very long one. It's very entertaining, so I hope you look forward to that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for another Pokemon VGC battle today, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.